Welcome back to DashKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Harmony One, whose current price stands at the $0.023578 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 0.9%. and in this video I want to give the key scenarios that I expect to play out on these charts, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances. So if you're interested in such content, make sure that you stick around till the end of the video. I'll kickstart the video by giving a recap of what has been happening on this chart. From the all-time high, Harmony One has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC correction, which has now taken us to around the $0.016 mark, and from there we have started seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side in what I believe might play out in this Elliot wave pattern, having a wave 5 taking us back to an all-time high. And here on the chart I also have this blue target area between the $0.24 mark and the $0.19 mark, which is the minimum that I expect that wave 1 to the upper side to do in that Elliot wave pattern. And that blue target area, I'm basing it on the Fibonacci's. So if I apply the fibs here, you can see that that blue target area lies between the fib level 0.618 and the fib level 0.5, which is the minimum that I expect that wave 1 to the upper side to do. And within this wave 1 to the upper side, I also expect to see fractal waves form within this wave 1, and I believe that movement has started to form on a lower time frame. So if I jump to the 4-hour chart so that you can see that better, here on the 4-hour chart, from the moment we touched that key area at around the $0.016 mark, we have been moving to the upper side very impulsively, and in these movements to the upper side, I believe these are Elliot waves, having this first move to the upper side as my wave 1, then this is a wave 2. What is in formation at the moment is a wave 3, which I have a target area up there within that yellow target up there. Then I expect a wave 4, and then also see a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1. So once we see the completion of this pattern, I expect to name this as a wave 1. So I'll name this as a wave 1 to the upper side once we see the wave 5. Then the next thing to expect is an ABC correction to the lower side, and in that ABC correction, that I'll name it as a wave 2. So here we get a wave 2. Once we see the wave 2, then I also expect a wave 3, a wave 4, and also a wave 5 to complete that higher count Elliot wave 1 to around the $0.19 mark and the $0.24 mark. Also, Harmony One has been trading within these channels, and as we tried to break out of these channels, we were making a series of higher highs. As you can see, we even broke out of this key area of resistance around the $0.023 mark. We pushed and made a new high at around the $0.027 mark, but once that movement played out, we have continued seeing lower prices. And if I also get a little bit into the details of these waves, I want to show you that this is a valid wave 2 for that Elliot wave, because if I use the Fibonacci's, connecting the low down there for the wave 1 to the high for the wave 1, you can see that that wave 2 has retraced to around the fib level 0.382, but we overshooted it a little bit, found support at around the $0.19 mark. Then we started pushing to the upper side, and in that movement to the upper side, I believe that is wave 3 that is in formation. And to get the target area, I'll be using the trend-based Fibonacci to get the target area for that wave 3, connecting the high for the wave 1 to the low of the wave 2. That gives us a target area at around the $0.03261 mark, which is within this yellow target at around the fib level 1.618, which is the minimum that I expect that wave 3 to the upper side to do. On this chart also, we have this channel that you are trading within at the moment, and this brings me to the very first key scenario that I expect to play out over here. And it's possible that we break above this key area of resistance that we are trading within, now that we have touched the bottom of that channel and given us support for us to continue pushing to the upper side. So it's possible that we break above that key area of resistance, have a retest, continue pushing to the upper side of this channel, and once we break out of that channel to the upper side, it's possible that maybe we might also have a retest of that key area on the channel, then continue pushing to the upper side, have a retest, and then continue pushing to the upper side to around the $0.029 mark, where we have our next key area of resistance. Also, looking at this chart from a different perspective, we also have another channel which we are trading within, which is right here. So within this bigger channel, we have also touched the lower part of the channel, and that is giving us support, and we have continued pushing to the upper side. So it's possible once we see that breakout above that key area of resistance, we continue pushing to the upper side, break out of this smaller channel down here, continue pushing to the upper side of the bigger channel, and if we have enough volume for us to break out of that channel and maybe have a retest of the upper side of the channel, we can get to around the $0.029 mark. We'll be facing our next key area of resistance, and if we manage to break above that key area of resistance, we can then have a retest, and once the retest is a success, then we can continue pushing to the upper side to around the $0.032 mark, where we have our target area for the wave 3. And once we complete the wave 3, then we can expect a retracement in a wave 4, then continue pushing to the upper side to complete that wave 5, and then see an ABC correction to complete that wave 2 to the upper side. So those are the key scenarios that I expect to play out on this chart. It is possible that we might not be able to break out of these channels to the upper side, and if that move plays out, I expect to see a pullback here on the chart, and in that movement it can take us to around the $0.019 mark, where we have our next key area of support. And if this move plays out, I think this will be invalidating my Elliot wave count, and if that plays out, I'll have to restructure my Elliot wave count and try and figure out a new way of having my Elliot waves here on the charts. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated. Let's continue watching these key areas of resistances, and once we break above them, have a retest, that would mean it's possible that we might unlock even higher prices. If I also take a look at the indicators, on the indicators here on the RSI, the 4-hour RSI, we are trading at around the 46 mark, and that would mean we have massive room for us to continue pushing to the upper side once we see that breakout to the upper side. So let's be patient and see how that plays out. If you also get a pullback on the charts, that move is still supported here on the RSI. On the MACD, here on the MACD, it seems like we are losing the selling volume here on the MACD, and soon we might see a print of a bullish cross. So let's be patient and see what will be printed here on the MACD, so that we can get an idea of what might play out next on our charts. So that's all for this video, and I'll keep you updated on any movement that plays out.